It is my great privilege and my honor to introduce Gene Grant, Chairman Emeritus, who really has been the visionary and been the standard for all of us in this organization. Mr. Gene Grant.
Good evening. It is a privilege to be here tonight. A little calculation on the calendar is in order. In 1992, October 4th, 1992, we had the privilege and good fortune to dedicate in White Plains, the county seat of Westchester County, the creation of the Garden of Remembrance, a memorial to the history of one of the darkest stages of human history. And so tonight, it gives me added gratification to see these candles lit in a celebratory mode, to congratulate ourselves that we keep the candles burning, to remember and to remind everyone else to remember the inhumanity that took place those many years ago, and which unfortunately continues in other parts of the world to this day. But tonight, we are going to award a prize to an outstanding special person, Tovah Feldshuh. So, Tovah, would you please come up to the podium? Moment. Tovah, I'm going to read to you the inscription of this award, the Be the Difference Award, to Tovah Feldshuh, October 19th, 2009. This is a quote from the play we just saw this clip of. Courage is a whisper from above. When you listen with your heart, you will know what to do, and how, and when. Irene Updike. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tovah Feldshuh.
Have you ever? Just how fab is this guy? This is why he's the leader in this community. Thank you, Eugene, wherever you are. Thank you, my darling. Really is an original, really. I don't even have to introduce my mother-in-law, my mother now. You've done it all. Lee Katz, I'm honored to be honored with you because I know whom I believe is your grandchild, Rachel Katz. She was at the 92nd Street Y with our son, Garson Brandon Levy. So Rachel Katz is now 26 years old, unless I'm nutty, and gave birth not in 1983, but I think I did. It's wonderful to be here with all of you on my home turf in Westchester, especially at the club where I swam and I played tennis as a child. I love the sea and always look to live facing the water, and I do live facing the water on Central Park West. We're perched above the reservoir. And I believe one of the reasons I love the sea so much is that in the early days, on our proud little beach right here, we faced the Sound. And I also appropriately threw my parents their 50th wedding anniversary party where they renewed their vows in this very room. So, Mamaroneck Beach and Yacht Club resonates enormously for my whole family. L'adore vador from generation to generation. And thank you, Bernie, for keeping this lovely spot on earth spiraling upwards and onwards. Thank you, Bernie. I had a brilliant acting teacher who said to me, you know, every audition, Tovah, could be a turning point in your life. Sometimes the smallest actions can initiate a change in the history of the world. Whether it's an MIT student proving that the flap of a butterfly's wings in Cambridge, Massachusetts can birth a 120-mile wind-per-hour hurricane in Patagonia, or whether it's a teenager in Poland without warning or without training deciding to hide 12 Jewish adults sure to be victims of the Holocaust in the hopes of saving their lives. This is what Irena Gut did. I'm very proud because Tovah means good and Gut means good, so I felt a little connected to her and that maybe it was serendipitous that I was lucky enough to be offered this role. She was an ordinary girl under extraordinary circumstances doing extraordinary things. She was not a CEO. She was not an Ivy Leaguer. She was just a kid, a student nurse, indeed with barely 1 year of nursing under her belt. But when called upon by 12 Jewish strangers in a Gestapo laundry who were absolutely destined to be murdered, liquidated by the Nazis, Irena Gut chose to do the impossible. She put her heart together with her faith and by a gossamer thread created a safe haven for these Jews right under the nose of the highest ranking German officer of Tarnopol, the Ukraine, for over 2 years during World War II. This is a true story. This story is documented by 13 corroborating testimonies of the people whose lives she saved. They called her their angel. The baby that was born during the hiding period calls her his mother. And if this story were not true, you'd never believe it. It is said that only those who can see the invisible can accomplish the impossible. Tonight, like Dr. Katz, I accept this award from the Holocaust and Human Rights Education posthumously on behalf of Irena Gut Opdyke, and I am so proud to accept it in the presence of a heroine who is with us tonight, Dr. Tina Strobos. Thank you.